The Leave No Trace principles are a set of guidelines designed to help people enjoy nature responsibly. These principles aim to minimize human impact on the environment, ensuring that future generations can experience the beauty and wonder of the outdoors. Whether you are camping, hiking, or engaging in any outdoor activity, understanding and applying these principles is crucial. This guide will explore each principle in detail to provide a thorough understanding of how to protect the natural world. 1. Plan ahead and prepare. The first principle of Leave No Trace emphasizes the importance of planning before heading into the outdoors. Research your destination thoroughly to understand the specific regulations, weather conditions, terrain, and environmental challenges. Know if fires are allowed, if permits are required, or if there are restricted zones to avoid. Proper planning helps reduce the likelihood of accidents, minimizes the need for emergency interventions, and ensures that you bring the appropriate gear and supplies. Inadequate preparation often leads to unintended damage to the environment. For example, forgetting the right gear might force you to create improvised solutions that disrupt natural habitats. Preparing maps, knowing your route, and sharing your plans with someone at home can help prevent accidents and ensure your safety. Proper planning also includes considering your group size and choosing locations that can sustain the number of people in your party. Large groups can have a greater impact on the environment, so consider splitting into smaller groups if possible. 2. Travel and camp on durable surfaces. Choosing durable surfaces for travel and camping is essential to reduce environmental damage. Durable surfaces include established trails, campsites, rock, gravel, and dry grass. Sticking to these areas prevents the trampling of fragile vegetation and reduces soil erosion. In wilderness areas without established trails, travel on durable surfaces by spreading out your group to avoid creating new paths. When camping, aim to set up at least 200 feet away from water sources. This distance helps prevent contamination and allows wildlife to access water freely. Avoid setting up camp in pristine areas whenever possible. Instead, use already impacted campsites to avoid disturbing undisturbed areas. In high-use areas, stick to the trails and campsites that already exist. In more remote areas, where trails are less common, aim to spread out your impact to avoid creating new trails or heavily impacted zones. 3. Dispose of waste properly. Proper waste disposal is critical for preserving the environment and ensuring that outdoor spaces remain enjoyable for everyone. This principle encompasses all forms of waste, including trash, leftover food, and human waste. Always pack out what you bring in. This includes wrappers, food scraps, and any items that cannot naturally decompose. For human waste, use designated restroom facilities when available. If there are none, dig a cat hole 6 to 8 inches deep and at least 200 feet away from water sources, trails, or campsites. After use, cover and disguise the cat hole with natural materials. Toilet paper and hygiene products should be packed out in a sealable bag to avoid littering. Wastewater from cleaning dishes or personal hygiene should also be handled responsibly. Use biodegradable soap sparingly and dispose of wastewater far from water sources by scattering it over a broad area. 4. Leave what you find. Nature is filled with beauty and fascinating objects, from unique rocks to plants and historical artifacts. This principle encourages visitors to leave everything as they found it to preserve the environment and its history. Picking flowers, removing rocks, or disturbing cultural or historical items can significantly alter ecosystems and disrupt the experience for others. Leaving what you find also applies to campsites. If you encounter a campsite, leave it as you found it or better. This includes dismantling any makeshift structures, covering fire pits if they are not needed, and restoring the area to its natural state as much as possible. Preserving the natural environment allows ecosystems to function without human interference. Wildlife, plants, and other elements rely on the delicate balance of their surroundings. Taking something as small as a rock or flower can impact this balance. 5. Minimize campfire impact. Campfires, while often associated with outdoor adventures, can have significant environmental consequences. Whenever possible, use camp stoves for cooking. They are more efficient, require no wood, and leave no trace. If you choose to build a fire, ensure it is small and contained. Use established fire rings or fire pans if they are available. Only burn sticks and branches that are small enough to be broken by hand and found on the ground. Avoid cutting live trees or damaging vegetation for firewood. Make sure to fully extinguish the fire before leaving the site. Use water to douse the flames, stir the ashes, and feel them with your hand to confirm they are cool to the touch. Campfires can leave lasting scars on the landscape. By limiting the use of fires and being mindful of their impact, you contribute to preserving the wilderness for future visitors. 6. Always respect wildlife. Wildlife encounters can be a highlight of any outdoor trip, but it is essential to respect animals and their habitats. Feeding wildlife may seem harmless, but can disrupt their natural feeding behaviors and lead to dependency on human food. Human food is often harmful to animals and can cause serious health issues. Observe animals from a distance to avoid stressing or scaring them. Use binoculars or a camera zoom lens to enjoy their presence without intrusion. Keep food securely stored to prevent attracting wildlife to your campsite. Never attempt to approach, touch, or chase animals, as this can be dangerous for both you and the animals. Respecting wildlife includes staying quiet and moving slowly in natural areas. Loud noises and sudden movements can disturb animals and disrupt their daily routines. 7. Be considerate of other visitors. The final principle focuses on fostering a positive experience for everyone who enjoys the outdoors. Respect the presence of other visitors by keeping noise levels low and giving space to others on trails. Yield to uphill hikers when passing, and step aside to allow horses or larger groups to pass safely. Be courteous when setting up camp by choosing spots away from others to provide solitude and avoid overcrowding. Keep pets under control to ensure they do not disturb wildlife or other visitors. Always follow park regulations regarding pets. Practicing kindness and consideration enhances the outdoor experience for everyone. Simple acts like greeting fellow hikers, sharing tips about the trail, or offering help when needed can foster a sense of community. How to apply the 7 Leave No Trace principles. Applying these 7 principles may seem challenging at first, but they become second nature with practice. Start by integrating them into your outdoor activities one step at a time. Share these guidelines with others in your group to ensure everyone is on the same page. By following these principles, you are contributing to the preservation of natural spaces and encouraging others to do the same. Why leave no trace matters? The leave no trace principles are more than just rules for outdoor enthusiasts. They represent a commitment to protecting the environment, respecting wildlife, and ensuring that nature remains pristine for future generations. By embracing these principles, you are not only enjoying the outdoors responsibly, but also setting an example for others. Whether you are an experienced adventurer or a newcomer to outdoor activities, these guidelines serve as a valuable foundation for responsible and ethical exploration.